Flywire presents the 12th annual White Tie Affair, Sunday, May 28th, 5 to 10 p.m. at a secret location in the Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Live DJs, top shelf liquor, cash bar, lavish dinner buffet, all powered by TFP Entertainment. For tickets, visit missiontix.com.
Secret location?
Secret location, baby.
Somewhere in the harbor?
I mean, it ain't it's like a 5-mile radius. So I'm thinking like Cheesecake Factory. Just playing. It's probably on the top of the World Trade Center. That's my best guess.
That's a little nice spot.
It is a nice spot. I've
never been to one.
It's a good view. It's a good view.
It's
a good view.
To theirs.
Exactly.
That's the secret? That's the secret?
I think it's pretty much out there. I think it's outside. Piercing outside.
They can't really promote it. They don't want the negative
Backlash out there. Okay.
PS6.
Yeah, piercing. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Darkest. Don't you talk about it until it's time to go.
I'm going to keep it quiet on that.
All right. So, I teased a little bit before we came in. Well, I teased it online. I didn't really tease it before we got here. But beautiful lies and ugly truths. We've got layers here. We've got levels. And it's time to get political in this bitch. Okay? Because if you don't know, your ignorance of the law is not a defense, ladies and gentlemen. So you can't go to the judge and say, I didn't know, sir. He's going to tell you you should have known better and throw the book at you. Good old Trump administration. New Attorney General. Shit used to be sweet. We had Barrio in there. He brought his man Eric Holder on, another light-skinned black man who was out here doing his thing, who did something with legislation that was very detrimental to minorities and black people, impoverished people in urban areas. This thing called mandatory minimums. If you guys don't know about that, a mandatory minimum for a non-violent drug offense. This early 90s to mid 2000s, when you see a guy who was just distributing out here getting football numbers, 23 years, 25 years. There were cases in the article I was reading about a gentleman who sold marijuana 3 times and ended up with 30 years. Situations just like that. Another dude got 10 years for conspiracy because there was weed in the car and they couldn't pin it on anybody, so they gave him a conspiracy charge. Now that man's life is ruined. It's things like this that are unfair, they're unjust, and because it's so easy to go into an inner city neighborhood and round up the people you think are doing wrong, as opposed to going into a suburban neighborhood and knocking on doors and trying to figure out where the drug use is. Studies have shown that whites and blacks use drugs at the same rate, but we are disproportionately locked up at an alarming rate. I mean, there's no other way around it. So Eric Holder, Barack Obama, they did their best to reduce these, put some legislation in to try to combat this. Even when as far as pardoning people who were unjust. There was a story about Demaryius Thomas, a wide receiver for Denver Broncos. His mom had been incarcerated for over 10 years. Actually had never seen him play professional football. And Barack Obama, because she was a nonviolent drug offender, pardoned her, and she actually got to see Demaryius Thomas compete in the Super Bowl a couple years back when the Broncos were playing. I believe it was Seahawks. Not sure.
No, they was.
Who was
they
it?
played Carolina.
Carolina. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, the Cam game he fell apart. Yeah. Goddamn Cam, cost me some money. But yeah. So fast forward to the current state of affairs. President Trump is now in office, and basically, he is taking his first year and trying to erase everything that Barack Obama's legacy has built. First, he attacked Obamacare, also known as the Affordable Care Act. It is not officially called Obamacare, ladies and gentlemen. It was the Affordable Care Act. But that has been.
Cleared that up.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Like this shit is Billy call out. Like,
yeah, it was. Yeah, that was real arrogant. That'd be some arrogant ass shit, right?
No, this is no longer affordable.
It's me taking care of y'all, baby. It's Obamacare. It's Obamacare.
Remember this shit.
But no, that Obamacare has been repealed, and his next mission was to basically lock all you black asses back up, because Jeff Sessions, our new Attorney General, has put in a proposal to basically put mandatory minimums back into the judge's hands. what brought it to my attention is I was scrolling through the internet doing my research before the show, and my man Paul Rand. If you guys remember Paul Rand, he was a small, mousy-looking dude who was a Republican running for president. But dude, he may have some weird views on abortion, but he always has thought that the jailing system and marijuana legislation was basically ancient, and it had basically run its course, and it needs to be changed. He has always fought for minorities in this half, and he had a lot to say about just a lot to say about things, about the current state of the way things are and how they need to change. It's unfair, it's unjust, and something needs to be done about it. What they're trying to do now, he's trying to put in a proposal for it to go a different way. I just want to know how you guys felt about the situation. If you have anybody, if it affects your family in any way.
Go ahead. Well, my whole thing was this. Everything that they're doing is pretty much all geared towards poverty, the poverty line. It's the poverty stricken. That's it. Simple as that. Crime is going to be done. And people, this is the thing that kills me. You know, black on black crime and all this stuff. That stuff doesn't exist. All this selling drugs, like, we're not going out our way to sell to white people and all this other stuff like that. So you get drugs in the community you're in. You're going to sell it to the people. You're going to sell it to the community that you live in. That's right. For one. And the whole thing is this. It was so crazy because I just put this on Facebook last night. I'm at the gas station. These white kids, they had to have been at least maybe 18 years old. They was in an A8. And it's the Audi joint, long joint, nice thing. They come up, I'm getting gas in my car. They say, yo, first of all, they tried to relate to me. Hey, bro. So I'm sitting there looking like,
your brother.
What? Like, I gave them a crazy attitude, like, what? Who the fuck you talking to? So they was like, yo, bro, can you give me some raps? I was like, what? The fuck is you talking about? He was like, some raps. I was like, for weed? Like, I'm trying to talk mad loud, like, you said out loud. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to, what? Don't try to, I'm like, what? I'm like, you want weed? Is that what you're saying? Like, answer me, motherfucker, weed.
Why he saying that like that?
No, but I said that. I said loud. So he was like, he kind of giving me like, damn, nigga, don't tell everybody. He was like, yeah. So I'm looking like, all right, so what you want? So he goes to his wallet. He probably had at least $400. That was like you could just tell that was what was in the wallet. And so he pulls out $2. I'm looking at the money like, this motherfucker better be lucky I'm not destitute. Because I'm looking like, yo, people would have just took him off. Like, matter of fact, meet me around the corner. Matter of fact, I'm going to get you the weed too. So I go on and start giving the joints because I'm like, whatever. I ain't really paying no mind because I'm looking like you ran into the right one.
Yeah, right.
You ran into the right one because somebody else would have been like, and we was on York Road. I was like, you go one more street down, this shit would have been on the news. But I say all that to say this. Come on, these charges, we don't have the resources to even fight these kind of cases. That's for one. It's like, it's able to do it to the impoverished because there's no real defense against it. What I'm saying? Like,
that was another thing that they brought up in that article was that a lot of these cases, when there are white people, affluent people put into them, don't even make it to trial. A lot of these things are bargained out or pleaded out before they even make it to trial.
Exactly, because the resources are the resources.
Yeah, we out there with public pretenders, baby.
We don't have access to it. So these things are always going to happen. But, of course, the years, and they're getting labor and everything out of it. Like, they're quietly trying to get back to how things used to be with that old chain gang and all that other stuff. What was weird about jail, I never really believed that they made license plates in jail. Like, I didn't know that was like a real thing.
It's a real fucking thing.
It's real.
Like, I was tripping like, that's real. Like, you really, I thought it was just like a saying. Like,
you really ain't making plates, baby.
Like, they're making plates. The whole don't drop the soap shit. Like, all that shit came from jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking like, I thought it was just a whole lot of folklore attached to it. But at the same time, like I said, the ways around these crimes is easy just to sit up here and be like, just don't do it. Don't sell drugs. Don't do such and such. Yeah, we understand the moral part of it. But the numbers that they throwing at us, they simply trying to get rid of us as quickly as they can. And they're trying to use the law and the actual Constitution to use it to back up their claims of everything. And it's looking like, okay, so you get rid of us and then what? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Trump was trying to make everything appear to be. Steve Harvey made a comment. He was like, they asked him, what do you think about Trump? And Steve Harvey was like, well, he's doing everything he said he's going to do for me. But I thought it was a selfish comment until he said he's working with HUD and he's doing these things. So the guy was like, well, so you good with what he's doing? He said, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for what he was going to do for me.
Right.
He's actually coming
for
through
me.
what he's doing for me. And what I'm trying to do for other people is, you know what I'm saying, that's working out. So you could applaud Steve Harvey to that to a degree.
So basically, they locking all these people up. They're getting credit. They get so much credit for each person that goes to jail. Is locked up. And we don't see that. We just see, they just trying to get us off the street. They trying to get us off the street for a reason. And so this
private jails and funding, the more people you have locked up, the more money comes to your city. A little bit more about...
I get that, though. Yeah. No, but saying, a couple things. I think, you know how somebody has high blood pressure or
hypertension, right?
Hypertension.
Right.
We start treating whatever that was. But if we take it a step back further, the real issue was how they was eating,
right,
and how they was living.
Right.
We always trying to treat shit instead of going back to the beginning. So the beginning was Trump should have never been in office.
Okay.
All the niggas that said it don't matter to me who the president is, ain't gonna affect my life. All that shit. All that shit.
Guess what?
They really hate Hillary stuff.
Right.
The worst. Trump was the worst choice. But so many people, because of sexism, because they just hate Hillary. It's really with sexism. Because if you pick Donald Trump over a career politician, when you got to do politics at the highest level, that was sexism right there.
And look what he's doing now.
Hillary was the better choice here.
Yeah, she was.
A lot of the stuff that's happening wouldn't have been happening if Hillary was president. But because people was sexist and just, going by what they saw on TV, they picked the popular person. I guess Donald Trump would be popular because people know him. But it was a terrible choice, which is the people that he put in positions. I don't even think Donald Trump is racist. I just think he just cares about money and nothing else. Some of the people that he put in positions are racist. And they trying to put people, in a real bad position. And we should have really made sure that Donald Trump did not become president. That would have been, that's equivalent to eating better and doing exercise for what you get later on. Now niggas gotta stay out of trouble.
At least for 4 years.
Niggas gotta stay out of trouble. That's it.
He's clueless to the poor society.
Yeah.
He don't even understand.
No, he don't care.
He don't care. And I mentioned to someone, I came from Park Heights, and I'm gonna say it 400 times. Ooh. But shut up. But the thing
not
is,
the Jewish party.
If I'm not watching the news, which I very seldom watch the news, or if I'm not on Facebook, I am clueless to the crime that's going on in Baltimore itself. So just think, I was born and raised in the crime, but I'm no longer in the crime now. Trump was never in the crime. He never had to deal with that situation.
Never even had a job.
He's clueless to all this stuff that's going on.
The physical crime.
He's not clueless. He does not care.
He don't care.
He knows.
He don't care.
He don't care.
Exactly.
And you're right. If it don't affect him, why should he put himself in it? So what? He's the president.
Let me hit y'all with some facts real quick. By design, mandatory sentencing laws take discretion away from judges so as to impose harsh sentences regardless of circumstances. Our prison population, meanwhile, has increased by over 700% since the 1980s, and 90% of them are non-violent offenders. The cost of our prison system now approaches nearly $100 billion a year. It costs too much in both the impact of people's lives and on our tax dollars. That's a quote from Paul Rand's speech this morning. Basically, what he went on to say was, give me 1 second while I find this. This isn't about legalizing drugs. It's about making the punishment more fitting and not ruining lives. What Paul Rand is trying to do.
Why though? We always talk about this, and my thing, here's my issue. Why are we trying to find a way to make doing crime and sentencing fair? Why not just do some other shit?
True.
Why not just all the hustle for niggas that selling drugs?
Just don't do it, right?
You can hustle something else,
right?
And make better profit, less risk.
Just not do it. Yeah, right.
Just do some other. Just put that mind to use on a. You ain't gotta work for the man. I'm just saying.
Right.
Just
Right.
Be on some entrepreneurship.
You can promote Thrive.
You could do anything.
But at
Just
the
do
okay,
something
yes,
else.
I see. Sorry. On the at the same time,
Okay, yeah.
if you don't know any better because of the situation where you already are, let's deal with it now.
I don't agree
You
with
live.
Don't go
Give me
there.
an
Don't
example. Okay.
go there.
Because you can
Walmart-
count, you can deal with the supplier, you can get a gun, you can do all this shit. So you do know you smart. Every nigga that's on the corner,
Right.
a lot of times are smart. Can count in your head, can read people real quick. Like you can do all you smart.
At the same time, fair is fair and unfair is unfair. And if you've been put in a situation or you've been led to believe and you've made wrong decisions at the same time, so you feel like because of what you've seen or what you've watched or the self-fulfilling prophecy of I'm not having a father and this is I became a man on my own.
You don't agree with that?
Because what do I not? Oh, I said
To a certain
those
extent,
those things
I'm
happen.
in that situation.
What
I
about?
could say,
But
oh,
that's
I
the-
was
but
homeless
that's the
and
lie.
this
That's
and-
the trick.
and my
That's
father
the
was a
trap.
kingpin,
That's not true.
But I was determined. It was all about determination. I was determined that my daughter was not going to fill out that white emergency card saying my mother don't work. I was determined. I hear it all the time. I didn't have no parents. I didn't have this. I grew up with drugs. So did I. I came home to see a bed full of weed. I can say that now because he's gone, but you know. But
I am
my
not
thing,
making. I don't want to seem
that
like
is
I'm
all
making
an
excuses
excuse. That's
for
what it is, it's an
evildoers.
excuse.
I'm not making excuses
You
for
don't
them. What
wanna
I'm
be
saying
in jail,
is
don't
the
do jail
sentencing
stuff.
is not fair.
No, and
not
I agree
about
with you on
not
that.
about what they're doing. Of
But
course,
why
you can
would
make
you
better
put yourself in that
decisions.
situation to get sentenced
But
anyway?
either way, even if you do put yourself in that situation, if my black skin gets me 30 years and he gets probation, that's not right.
So
It's
don't
not
play that
right.
game
Then
because
don't
that
go
game
in
ain't
there,
set up
right.
for us. Don't play that game at all.
But the
You
thing
can't.
about
It's
it,
not going to be fair. And
Right.
if we was making the rules, if I was Jeff Sessions, I'd probably flip the shit too. I would.
Right. Don't
And,
put yourself in that
whoever's in
situation.
charge gonna flip it.
okay, I hear this. I hear everybody what they're saying. And I'm not so-called silent, but I always said, and little brother always said, why is it always, every time somebody says, all you have to do, what follows is some shit that's not even really possible and it's not likely. Because it's not as easy as I've strived. Because for every one vow, I can give you 100 other stories
Exactly.
that strived and tried and it didn't work. And they had to do what they had to do. That's one thing. That's for one. That's my one point. Number two, I had a guy ask me before, you coming from where you came from in Harlem and the Bronx, stuff like that, and the things you've seen, how is it that you managed to stay away from it? I can say it now. I've been saying it. My mother made 6 figures. She made 6 figures from 1985 to the day she died. And I was the only child. Right. If my mother made $30,000, this is a totally different person. We might not be sitting here right now.
Right.
That knows, and I'm being perfectly honest because it's easy to say how strong you are. I didn't grow up a survivor. You know why I didn't grow up a survivor? Because I was never put in a situation where I
Right,
had
to
to
survive.
survive.
You was too
I
busy
never
surviving.
survived.
Yeah, you was too
I never
busy
survived.
surviving.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not about all the time where you live at, because the difference was what kept me on the straight and narrow is for the simple fact I was scared of certain things. But that's for one. That was just on a personal level. But at the same time, I never had to go to the streets for my needs or wants. I didn't have to go to the streets. Quick story. I remember selling air fresheners was the thing on the bridge and everything. It would be for those that's here in Baltimore. And let's just say something like the North Avenue Bridge, but bigger than that because it was the bridge that linked Harlem to the Bronx, 145th Street Bridge. So
I mean, the
I had
Hanover Street
friends.
Bridge. You're talking about the Hanover
Yeah.
Street Bridge.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
the North Avenue.
So we go over there.
Wrong state.
I had friends. I was like, yeah, they showed me a knot. It might have been about $50 or $75, but it was all ones.
Right.
So I'm looking like, damn, I know I be getting like $20 a day. Not thinking, nigga, you get $20 a day. So in 4 days, this is done after a week.
Right,
in
right,
4
right,
days,
right.
you have more money than
Yeah.
them. But I'm looking at the right there.
They got
I'm
the-
looking
they got the
yo,
fast
I
cash.
want to hustle.
Right.
I want to do this. I want to be there with my friends. So I go up there. The guy puts the board on me and everything. I'm walking up and down. I think I sold one air freshener. That shit was $1. So you got to be out there all day because you got to get rid of all the air fresheners to even get the extra $5 and $10 he was going to give you, and you was only going to get like $3 off of selling maybe 40 of them shits. So I remember as the bus was coming over the bridge, I seen a lady in my building. She looked me straight in the face, and I tried to wave like, "Hey, how you doing?" She didn't even wave back. She just looked at me like, "Hey, nigga," and I knew I was like, she about to go tell my mom.
Right.
So she goes, of course,
straight to your mother.
Like,
Right.
Marilyn, I just seen your son on that bridge or whatever. About 10 minutes later, who comes down the street? Mom Dukes. She was like, "Take that shit off." I take it off. She throws it at the dude and was like, "Yo, if you ever let this kid right here work on it again, my older son will be out here and you're not going to like what he do." And that's it. And she threw it at him and everything. He chalked it. So we get back. So my mother get upstairs. She was like, "First off, you walk on that bridge, da 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 da." So after she calmed down, she was like, "Come sit down." So I'm sitting down. She was like, "Yo, why did you do that?" I was like, "Nah, I want to make my own money, such and such." She's like, "How much money was you supposed to make there?" I was like, "Maybe like 25 a day." She was like, "I give you $20 every day. So, like, what are you doing out there?" So, I'm not thinking that. I'm looking like, "Nah, I want to be a man." She was like, "You ain't no man." She's like, "You ain't no." She's like, "You ain't no man." So then that's what so I'm going back and forth. We're not arguing. She was like, "Look here." She was like, "What were you supposed to do? You supposed to help me?" I said, "I want to help out around the house." She was like, "It's nothing you can do at this age to help me out with any of the bills." She was like, "Those kids are doing this because they have to. Their parents is like, yo, you got to bring some money home. You got to do X, Y, Z." She was like, "If you don't work, I still have to pay for everything around here." And it was just one of those situations. I was doing it just to be down. So think about dudes that's hustling.
But a lot of dudes do it to be down.
Right,
a lot of dudes get in the street life and the whole game to be down and don't have to.
As you was
How
talking,
many people you said before? How many people you think really don't have to?
I don't know, because I think
I know
have
a
to.
lot that don't.
I think most don't, because I think
Right.
have to is subjective. What you will do and what you won't do. You know what I mean? If you want to stand on the corner all day, taking chance of getting robbed or locked up, all that kind of shit, then you can go somewhere and get a fucking job.
Right.
Whether it is under the table, whatever the fuck it is, or a job that you deem is not glamorous, assuming that you think standing on the corner is glamorous.
Right.
The
It's
whole
something
time
you can
you
do.
was talking, why was I envisioning the Biggie Small movie? When his mother was like, "What are you doing? I could give you the money." And he was like, "I'm doing this. I got these drugs right here." That's the whole. That's
Mashed potatoes under the
right,
bed.
Exactly. I'm not going
He
to say
was from
most
Brooklyn.
people. Right. A lot of people don't have to be out there for the financial aspect of it because they have parents that's going to bust their tails and do what they got to do and put them name brands on their back.
You think that's
but
the
guess
higher
what?
number?
But guess what?
I don't
How many
think that's
how
the
many
higher number.
I think a
women,
lot of them
back
do
to
it
your
because they
earlier
want the name
conversation,
brand.
how many women will go to you for selling drugs because you got that name, you got that little swag going on, to going to you for working a 9-to-5 job?
You know why they
That's
coming to me?
some of- that's some
You know,
of it. That's
but you-
some of it.
That's a whole lot of
Okay,
it.
how
That's some of
about
it.
this?
There's a whole lot of
But it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street because I know where Little Brother going. You're right. Those women, you know why they're going to them? Because in their eyes, that's success.
That's success
So it's
to them.
deeper. It's deeper than just them hustling because
yeah.
they, you see what I'm saying?
Right,
In these
right.
women eyes,
Exactly.
in their eyes, yo,
It's just-
this
yup,
is what
he's
success
out there.
looks like.
I
This is what success
was
looks
check
like.
it.
quick
I'm
to
talking
date a
about-
hustler.
but listen,
I was quick to
listen.
date him.
If everything is for females, so if the women said hustling ain't cool no more,
Yep.
we ain't fucking niggas who hustle. Niggas will stop fucking hustling.
Well, I don't,
only
I
do
don't
that
think
shit
they
because
gonna
of
stop. They might
girls.
slow it down.
No,
a
they're
little
gonna
bit.
because the thing is just to have money.
I feel
However
like
you get
Oh
the
yeah,
money,
he gonna buy me this and he gonna
Yeah.
buy
I feel
me
like
that.
doesn't
we
matter.
You know
are
what
in
the
a
thing-
situation. I feel like we're in a situation. All of us here are in the minority of common sense. And common sense ain't common.
Thank you.
We can talk about this because it comes naturally to us. There are so many people out here who don't fucking know any better. And this is what they think is their only means of getting out of the situation that they are in. Now, they know what they're doing not right, but they don't know any better on how to get out of there. Now, what I'm saying is because they are trapped in where they are, this is their means of getting out. But
I disagree. I think it's an excuse,
So-
and I think people are lazy. So I think that people that sounds good.
You're a Republican.
I mean, I think
So
it
the-
sounds good.
You sound a real Republican over here. Small business owner.
You don't think people are lazy?
Right. So don't
We never
say
said-
People know. They got the internet. People know. Yeah, they know. They can Google every
Everything.
fucking thing. They know this ain't 1965. where information is secret and
you gotta go to
it's in the
the
white only
encyclopedia.
library. The shit's in their fucking hand. They
So-
can Google it, get future tickets, and get a discount and a you know what I mean, a secret code to get money off. Like, niggas can do shit.
Right.
Diamond,
So Dante Jordan from Rough End says, "In love with what comes with the lifestyle," and that is so true.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
Go with
listen,
Dante.
see, no, play this.
And you should
I
know.
understand the whole lifestyle thing. I get that, but I think me personally, I've seen more people do it out of necessity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and
yeah.
that's like, I'm not talking about. We can talk about the people that actually you be like, come on, your moms do go to work,
Right,
you can
man.
do this, you can
Right,
probably
right.
fight through and get a couple of things. You might
Say
not get
that
a
again,
job.
your moms
Your
said
mom,
do
you know what I'm
good.
saying? Your moms. Yo, notice like I'm saying moms because the fathers ain't around.
Right,
Right,
right.
right. Fathers ain't around. Yo, my building where I live
Fell
at.
in the same
Because
trap.
they fell in the same
My
trap. Like
building,
exactly. I was
my
gonna say
building,
that.
my building where I grew up at, straight up and down, it was 4 dudes of my
Can't
friends
say
who
Michael
actually
Society.
had their fathers in the house.
mean,
Or 4.
4.
In my building, we got 4 different buildings, all connected, just 4. That's it.
That's a
That's
building.
it.
I knew one person who had a father. I'm like, you got a father? I mean,
And it wasn't, and I don't mean a father in terms of we didn't know what everybody's
right,
like,
but
back
in the
then.
household,
live in
being
the
a
house.
part of it, going
This,
to
that,
the
the
school
third.
system.
Something. I don't even know if they did all that, but the fact that they was
Right.
around to even make them second guess something.
Right.
That's the whole thing. So I'm looking like the whole thing about the strong black woman and things like that. That shit is a real thing. I think I'm more so talking for the kids. That's like, yo, I put this. I can see me, and it's not me tooting my horn. It's just making an example. It is what it is. I've had people talk to me like, yo, I can see if you went to school with me and you didn't have what I had, I might have been the reason you might have hustled.
Right.
And I ain't never sold a drug in my life. But if you come into class and you like, damn, this nigga Yams got on the Jordans again. This nigga's wearing
Last
whatever
week conversation,
again.
right.
Blase blah. You're never saying this to me.
Yeah.
You're just
Looking,
looking at
Looking
me
at
every
right,
day.
right. And giving
I'm
you that
not-
respect.
I'm not
And give you
doing
more
anything.
respect.
But I'm not doing anything. Mistaken jealousy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of fights because of stuff like that. People being envious and not liking me. And it's not even because
I'm gonna put it.
I represented.
Right.
I'm gonna let you know, I
go ahead.
represented
Right.
what they was
Exactly.
striving for.
That's what I'm
So they
saying.
didn't
We had-
dislike me personally. It was just like this nigga. If I up here happen to argue or complain about something, nigga, what you complaining for?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, I never understood people writing their name on food to actually sing it.
Right,
You see what I'm saying? Like, I
right,
never had to do that. That's survival shit right there.
And that's what I'm saying. And I grew up, for the most part of my childhood, we're in a 2-parent home,
Yep.
single family home,
Yep.
but I lived across the street from townhouses. And me and my brother, we had the basketball goal outside, but it was the strip. What I'm saying to you is, we had it good on our side of the street, but on that side of the street, if moms was going to work and she couldn't afford to put food on the table, my friend wasn't eating unless he did what he had to do. Now, this isn't the information age. This is early 90s, and this was all he knew. What I'm saying is, he didn't have any other options. And it wasn't because of he was lazy or he didn't know any better. It was all he could do. And there are a million situations like that. And because of those situations, of those people born into poverty.
When you say that's all he could do, how old was he?
18, 19.
So all he could do was stand on the corner. That's all he could do. Nothing else. So he was handicapped.
He was
he's in a
already
wheelchair.
out of trouble, put out of school, these type of situations. Had a record, could not get a job.
Could not get the job he
Could
wanted.
not get a job.
The job he wanted.
Want it
Where's he at now?
in jail.
Probably.
Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people like that, and I think that's more of an extreme situation. But I think that most people don't have. A lot of people don't have that exact circumstances. Some
Right.
do, and I know some that had that circumstance.
Right.
And I know dudes that hustled that didn't have to.
Didn't have to. Yeah, there's plenty of those.
And now they in
Plenty
the
of those.
system, and they just
Right.
they just
and
repeat
crying,
offenders.
woe is me.
But they didn't have
that's
to.
one thing. I don't want to hear you cry about the life you chose.
Correct.
But at the same time, it's not. When you go into the consequences of it, Tom Jefferson is not going to get the mandatory 10 when he got a lawyer that's going to get him out of that situation. He's going to plead down to probation when they see James Black ass come in there and they're going to mandatorily give him this 10 years.
Absolutely, and that's why I look at it like this. I look at it like me playing basketball against y'all, right? And me complaining about y'all smacking my shots away. I shouldn't be playing basketball against y'all because I don't have the height, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't complain about they so tall and you know what I mean. It just
I see what
it
you're
doesn't
saying.
make sense
Just,
to why I play
if
this
you
game.
if you want to complain about the rules, don't play the game.
Not that game, but
Yeah,
maybe we can play
right,
something else,
right,
but not
right.
that game. Maybe we play cards because the height is not going to make a difference.
Right,
or
right.
some other game.
So we
Hustling ain't for us under these sentences.
It ain't for nobody.
So we talking about the kids and they doing wrong. What do y'all suggest for the parents who have a low income and a single parent? I mean, myself, I'm a volunteer. I volunteer for over 35 companies. And it's been times, my daughter and myself, for the last 8 years, for school, Easter, and Christmas, we walk up to a random family and take them shopping. And my thing is, I don't want to know this family name. I don't want to know anything about you, but it's one bus stop girl. We call her bus stop girl because I pulled off the bus stop, took her shopping. But this girl, I see her every time I see her out in the streets.
Shout out to bus stop girl.
She talk about how I changed her life. We need more, and I say it all the time.
Back.
Reach back, give back. You have to help. You was talking about you was basically born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Was it silver?
It was gold.
It was gold. It was bronze and shit.
It was
like
gold.
this.
Nice with quality metal. It was a quality metal.
You have to go out, not saying you you have to go out too and grab these little boys. It only takes one person to grab someone
But
and
notice
help
what
them
you just
out.
said.
What?
I'm the example. See, we didn't talk about these people that are doing these things.
Yeah,
What examples did they have? Because, first off, once again, I can only... See, I'm in the middle of writing a book, so this is why all these memories and things keep coming back, and I'm talking to a lot of people from my past, like hours and hours on the phones and everything. And it's like people are admitting things to me, how they felt about me, and we were friends. None of them, like, no, that's just how they were. They were basically like, yo, I would come to school every day, and with McDonald's, because it was always like a McDonald's around the school that I went to. Well, it was McDonald's everywhere.
That's why you can't walk around with your shirt on.
And so, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Paying for it now.
What you call it? So, I would have my McDonald's, and as a kid, I used to be like real condescending, but I didn't know it was condescending because I didn't understand.
Oh, really? Really? You were?
As a kid?
I can't believe it.
I didn't know.
Yesterday he was a kid?
Nah, they know. Anybody know me? I'm quick to always call somebody a bum ass nigga. But, I don't really mean nothing by it. That's just some shit that I say.
You gonna put a gold spoon in your mouth?
No, first off, no. Everything in New York ends in ass nigga. So that's just the regular. Like you can be just Domino over there typing like this typing ass nigga over there.
Oh, producing ass nigga over there.
Just to clear that up. So I would just say this shit, whatever, and I remember this one day, and my man, he told me, he was like, yo, you came up to the yard, and we went in the lunchroom, because, we go into the lunchroom, you meet up with your class and stuff. And I was like, yo, I was like, y'all bum-ass niggas is eating this shit? And it was real quiet, and I'm up there snacking all my shit. I was like, because in my mind, I'm like, this shit don't even cost a lot of money. I'm like, yo, all I did was buy 2 sausage egg biscuits and a orange juice, $3.50, $4. I'm like, every day. So that's $20 a week just for that in the morning. And I'm like, damn, you bum ass niggas can't afford that. And
Those kids want to get McDonald's.
they would just be looking at me like, and they would just be like, go ahead, James, go
We're
ahead
gonna with that bullshit.
And that's where a lot of
bullshit.
the fights were coming, because if you can't beat somebody financially or funny, like, yeah, nigga, like, and see how you eat with your motherfucking jaw swollen, shit like that. So, it would be shit like that, but I'm saying it was examples. I was talking to my brother that I thought he was a bum ass nigga for years until I found out what overtime and overnight meant, because I would always see this nigga in the morning. I'm leaving for school 7:30. He's knocked out on the couch. And I'll be like, I want to do what this motherfucker does. I don't know. Because, see, this what made it. No, but the difference is, this is what made me think that. I think he was a bum ass nigga because he was fresh. He always had money. He always had nice clothes and drove cars. And I'm looking like, how does he do this? Because I'm looking like, okay, me and mommy, she's headed to work. I'm headed to school. This nigga's just laying out,
on the
and
sofa.
that's it. I wake up later, he got all kind of chains and everything on, and I'm looking like, this nigga don't work like that, like for years. So I'm looking like, it's examples. And a lot of these dudes, a lot of people didn't have examples. The female that's living home with dudes and with a lot of women, women are trained to like, you got to get a dude that to take care of you. They ain't say he got to be a drug dealer. They ain't got to say be hustler. Got to take care of you. So they got to take a lot of shit that comes with it.
Exactly.
Infidelity,
Right.
possibly physical, just all kind of things because
right.
they're paying, and verbal abuse. You got to take that because they're the ones paying the bills, and this is what you have to deal with. So that's how them things would go. You got to make examples and everything because a lot of these kids just don't have examples to do things. And goddamn, the damn Celtics is winning. This is some bullshit.
Is that why you over there like?
Yeah, we're going.
He's
Listen,
like,
Really?
we're going to take a break
this
right
good
after this.
story right here. You heard about the Celtics right now.
God damn it, because the Celtics is afraid of LeBron, but that's another story.
Right.
We about to come back in
I'm
a
like
second.
really in your conversation.
Yeah, right.
Like,
We gonna go, I got plenty more stories.
There's only six.
Hold on.
65 minutes left. 65 minutes left.
We got time left. We got
You
time
got
left.
plenty of stories.
That's
Trust
it. Beautiful Eyes Ugly Truth. We be right back.
Right
Y'all
back,
tune
baby.
back in.
hey, we got my mother on the line. Hey, Ma.
Hey, Mama Val.